What if I told you that what happens in the bedroom might actually be your body's last attempt to get your attention? Most men never bring this up with their doctor. Silence feels easier. So does brushing it off with, I'm just getting older. But here's what's actually happening. A man dealing with erectile dysfunction isn't facing a sexual problem. He's facing a much deeper signal his body is sending him. This isn't just about intimacy or physical pleasure. Research is clear on this. Erectile dysfunction is often one of the earliest signs of heart disease, diabetes, or serious vascular problems. This issue doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts in the blood vessels, quietly, years before anyone notices. And the body is trying to tell you something. Welcome to 5 Minute Health. In just 5 minutes, you'll learn simple health insights that can improve your life. No long explanations, only useful things. If you find value here, subscribe for more. Let's continue. Think about it this way. Where are the smallest blood vessels in the body? In the penis. So when the circulatory system starts breaking down, the first signal comes from there. Before the heart raises an alarm, before the brain sends a warning, those tiny vessels begin to narrow. In medicine, they call these the canaries, like the canaries used in coal mines. When danger arrives, they feel it first. And that's exactly where the body sends its earliest signal. According to research from Harvard Medical School, men with erectile dysfunction face twice the risk of a heart attack within the next 5 years compared to men without it. That's not a small number. And the majority of those men felt completely healthy right up until that point. So how does it get to this stage? The story usually goes something like this. Years of poor sleep, high stress, a sedentary work life, unbalanced eating, excess weight, maybe smoking, heavy drinking, fast food as a daily habit. None of these alone creates this outcome, but combined they slowly start a serious process of vascular damage. Over time, the vessels harden and lose flexibility. Blood flow becomes strained. The body can no longer pump blood where it needs to go. And this breakdown shows up first in the most sensitive places, then it reaches the heart. More than 30 million men in America live with erectile dysfunction, but most of them don't see it as a health issue. They see it as something to be ashamed of. They tell themselves it's stress or exhaustion. Instead of seeing a doctor, they search for answers online, try pills they write about, buy supplements. But the body is sending a signal, and ignoring that signal doesn't solve anything. It just shortens the window your body is giving you. Here's the good news. This is a reversible process, especially in the early stages. Regular exercise directly protects vascular health. A Mediterranean diet, heavy on vegetables, olive oil, and fish, can change the course of this picture. Quitting smoking starts to have a positive effect on blood vessels within months. Cutting back on alcohol and returning to a healthy sleep schedule helps testosterone levels recover. These are not life-altering demands. They are evidence-based findings published repeatedly by the American Heart Association and the American Urological Association. Of course, seeing a doctor, getting blood work done, and understanding what you're actually dealing with is where everything begins. The right diagnosis can put you many steps ahead, but putting off that conversation, ignoring that signal creates the conditions for much bigger problems to build up in your body. And that window may be shorter than you think. Erectile dysfunction is not a destiny, but it carries an important message. What happens in the bedroom doesn't make you less of a man. It means your body is still talking to you. Learn to listen before it's too late. There's nothing to be ashamed of. This is a preventable condition that can happen to anyone. And the earlier you respond to these signals, the easier it becomes to reverse the course. Ignoring them doesn't make them disappear. It only allows deeper issues to develop quietly over time. Taking action now is not weakness, it's awareness and control. The habits you build today don't just affect your performance, they shape your long-term health. And in many cases, this may be the first visible sign of something deeper that deserves your attention. Because this is not just about one symptom, it's about the overall state of your cardiovascular, hormonal, and metabolic health. What you choose to do next can either slow that progression down or quietly accelerate it. Small, consistent changes often matter more than dramatic, short-lived efforts. And the sooner you start, the more options your body still has. So, how well are you listening to your body? Have you ever faced something like this, or do you hold back from talking about it? Share your experience in the comments.